on the relationship between government of Cuba and other governments. What's happening between Cuban government and government of the United States, embargo policies, all the uses of propaganda in state-centered political decisions. But the message from San Juan is the major problem is problem of relationship between the government of Cuba and Cuban people. And that it is Cuban people who should be seen as a holder of sovereignty and not a group of aging communist functionaries or their successors. And that there is a simple, trivial demand on which both sides, those who support Obama's policy and those who raise critical questions, can be in full agreement. It is up to Cuban people. And Cuban people have a right as any other nation on the planet for some sort of democratic process. This is a nation that for more than 5 decades has not been given a chance to speak up. And if Raúl Castro and his successor believes that support of Cuban people is on his side, so let's prove it. So I think that this is a beginning of a very good process, and what we who are approaching this situation from international perspective, it's not up to me to represent Cubans or to give Cubans my, I would say, orders, instructions, or even advices. Our role, I think, is to help Cubans to be more effective when it comes to certain processes that are taking place in interstate communications. And this type of integration seems to me a very, very good step to this in this direction. And I am now seeing a role I have with our international platform for human rights in Cuba in Miami to help these bodies to get some sort of more, I would say, robust and authoritative position, and to be recognized as partners. It will be very interesting for me to hear from Manuel, because still I think that this body needs to enlarge a little bit its representativity. They formulated basic goals, non-negotiable demands they want to come up with into international negotiations. Maybe you want to say something about that, but I think that they are not surprising. They are basically concerning the respect for human rights, for basic principles of democracy, and everything else should be connected with that. In this context, what is the role of international community and where we are in EU-Cuba relationship? For years, I started to use the expression Bermuda Triangle when it comes to Cuba and international relations. You are operating between the United States, maybe very important or most important element of the triangle, but the European Union is also there, and regional context plays an important role. So the question is, can we do something so that this triangle helps Cubans together and creates synergetic effects? It's an interesting transatlantic question. Do we have enough of communication between the United States and the European Union, member states and the European Union institutions when it comes to debate on Cuba? I would like to, I'm just getting to the end of my presentation, also mention Helsinki process in the context of EU-Cuba negotiations. The internal mandate of the European member states has given to EU organs in charge of the negotiations